Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok under the name Panda Pig Inc. And be sure to like this video, subscribe, and ring the bell for more videos. Hello, I'm Panda.
Hi, I'm Pig, and you're listening to the Heart and the Bones podcast. It's a podcast that's a watch-along about the Fox TV show Bones.
Starring Emily Deschanel and David Boreanaz.
Yeah, so I'm Panda and you're Pig.
I'm Panda, you're Pig.
Wait, what? Oh, yeah, you're right. Okay, I'm Pig and you're Panda.
These are facts.
That is who I am.
That is who you are.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we are two gals who really like to watch Bones and talk about it.
A little too much.
A little too much. Sometimes I think we definitely read too much into it.
It's okay, though. Because we're pretty sure that there's others like us. And that's kind of why we're here. We wanted a nice, safe space where people will listen to what we have to say about Bones. Because we're pretty sure we're not the only ones.
No. Stick around for our random commentary and some interesting facts.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's kind of who it's for. Like, if that sounds like you, where you watch TV shows by yourself and you have all of these different thoughts and commentary about the characters or whatever's going on in the show. And
or maybe even if the crime reminds you of something you've heard before or seen before. Mm-hmm. That's kind of what we touch up on more. We're more focused on the crime part, where we plan to highlight more of like the crime and see if it relates to any part of like true crime in real life.
Yeah, I am a big I have a lot of interest in true crime. Gosh, I can't talk. I research it a lot on my own time, and I watch a lot of crime TV shows, and Bones definitely one of those comforting true crime procedurals that if you are interested in too, then hang out.
Come hang with us.
Come hang with us.
Come join us. And yes, if you want to know why we're animals, we're kind of going based off our favorite animals. Mm-hmm. I grew up with always liking pandas, apparently. I just love bears, and pandas are just pandas are yes. That's the answer.
Yeah, I chose Pig as my pseudonym just because I've always loved pigs, don't know why. Can't stand the color pink, even though it's really associated with pigs. But, yeah, that's the one I chose. I think they're so
love
cute.
bacon.
I love bacon. They are cute. Bacon.
Yes. These are facts.
Yep. And so that's who we are, and we like Bones.
Yes.
And started watching it. Neither of us started watching it when it first came out because we were too young.
Yes.
Not that young, but not at the age where you're totally watching murder all the time.
Right.
So what...
We were old enough when we started watching it.
Yes. So what got you into watching Bones? Kind of how, like what was the time period and what got you into the show?
Well, I remember definitely because of Pig. I definitely started watching Bones because of her. I was definitely probably more halfway through the season, when it had started, it's already halfway through its seasons and stuff, maybe season 6 or 7. Mm-hmm. But that's when I started watching it, is when it was on Netflix. I thought it was easy access, because that's what Netflix does, the easy access streaming platform. And for me, I started watching it because of her. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is actually very intriguing. My girl Angela is who I started to adore. I really admired her. I wanted to be like her.
She's a babe.
She really is. And I felt like Pig related a lot to Bones, so it was kind of nice to see us in them.
I'm socially inept.
And it's okay. And that's what was great about it. But that's why I got into Bones. It's mostly because of her. And of course, she just went on about David Boreanaz. And boy, was she was not wrong.
No.
Beautiful man. Mm-hmm. And of course, Emily Deschanel. Deschanel sisters. We adore them.
Oh, yes.
New girl.
Oh, yes.
New Girl fans, we got you.
Oh, yeah. We got to do a podcast about New Girl.
Oh, yeah.
We have many thoughts about New Girl.
Very many thoughts.
Very intense
We're
opinions.
coming for y'all. Nick Miller, we love you.
Yeah.
Shout out to Nick Miller.
How can you forget Winnie the Bish?
I mean, you can't. That's the only answer. You can't.
No, you can't.
But back to Bones.
Yes, back to Bones.
That was my origin story of like how I started getting into it. But ever since like I always got into it, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna keep watching it. It became a comfort show. Mm-hmm. Of course, just like anyone else, we were also the weirdos that would eat while watching. I feel like it's a very common thing. Like, did you really watch Bones if you didn't eat dinner while watching the show?
Right.
It's like a Grey's Anatomy thing too. Are you really a Grey's fan if you didn't eat dinner and watch the surgery? Like,
and then talk about the fact that you're eating dinner while you're watching this, and have to highlight the fact that it's probably not right that you're doing it.
Yeah, that's kind of my backstory. What about you, Pig?
Well, my origin story with Bones started in between season 4 and 5. Mm-hmm. Didn't have cable, just had a lot of basic channels, had TNT, and just watched some random episodes. Mm-hmm. Not in any particular order, because it was just reruns at that point of that season. So I would go online and watch the free episodes that they had on the TNT website.
Those were the days.
Mm-hmm. And then struggling to find them on bootleg sites so I could actually watch it in order, you know?
Yeah.
And then I finally caught up, and it was about season 5. And I don't know, something just really was comforting about it. There's something about a true crime procedural and the kind of predictiveness and the what's the word?
Maybe the character development, the love
character
stories.
development, but just kind of how the routine of it, of each episode, how you kind of knew how it was going to go.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, and as someone who's super into true crime and watches a lot of them, and routines, yes, I got into it. And of course, who can forget the beautiful David Boreanaz? And you really can't leave out TJ Thine as
you really can't
as Hodgins, because he did something for me.
He's a babe, too.
He is totally a babe. Absolutely.
For sure.
Yeah. So that's kind of how I got into watching it.
Yeah. And kind of going back when you're talking about routines, that's kind of the format we're hoping to go for our podcast, too.
Something comforting.
Mm-hmm. We want we want to bring comfort. We want to have a routine. We do intend to have, like, a true crime segment within our episodes. It's definitely like a watch-along type of layout. Mm-hmm. Because it's kind of what we're going for. But we will definitely have that segment of true crime that's more on Pig's end, though. Yes. She will be educating Panda over here. Just to kind of be like, oh, if you guys didn't know, this is what this episode may have been inspired by, or what you guys may have seen and thought of it, reminded you of. And that's kind of the route we're going for.
Yeah. In all honesty, I only want to do that segment just to see your reaction to the absolute bananas and horrific crimes that I will tell you about, and all of the crazy details. Like, just your reaction is the whole purpose of why I want it in there.
And for now, we're not going to show our faces either, hence our pseudonyms. Yeah. Eventually, we hope to show our faces.
Yeah, you don't want to see this mug. You just want to hear the sexy voice.
Yeah. It'd be like that. But yeah.
So we kind of want to have segments, like where we talk about basically the plot of the episode. No spoilers.
No spoilers.
No spoilers for future episodes, but we're definitely going to be talking about what's happening in that episode.
Like, that's our goal. Focus on the episode, and as we go on, we'll talk about previous episodes that pertain. Yes, that pertain to our current
style, one. Because that changes per episode.
Oh yeah. Different characters, different writers, whatever. Like, we will talk about it. But for that episode, that's our goal for it.
Yeah, so that's kind of how we want to do it. And, like we said, routine, kind of different segments. Hopefully we'll figure it out as we go along and get more cemented into what this podcast is. And we're doing we just want to have a space where we can talk about these thoughts that we have, that we've already been having these conversations, and maybe you
want to listen to us, maybe?
Yeah, maybe you have the same thoughts and you
Maybe
just
you
want to
do.
feel validated.
And we will have other social media platforms.
Yeah.
I mean, we just want to create a space for others who love Bones just as much as we do. I mean, it's been out for how many years?
Oh,
and
yeah.
even though it ended, we're still talking about it. So we're like, we're
Yeah.
pretty sure there's others who want to talk about it
Oh,
the
yeah.
same way we do.
Yep.
So we'll definitely have other social media platforms on it. We'll keep y'all posted.
Yeah.
If you guys want to comment, we'll reach out to you.
Yeah, and there's a couple of other Bones podcasts out there that are pretty good. One
Yes,
is
of course.
the Bones Cast. Is that what it's called?
I don't
The Bones
remember.
Cast and the Bone Zone, I think. Those
Yes.
are, let me look that up real quick so I'm being accurate, but those are really good too. They're not total watch-alongs where they're doing every single episode. They do certain episodes, but they're
But they
a great
do offer
listen.
others that maybe we don't give to you guys, but hopefully what we have to offer, kind of fits what you're going for,
So
what
I
you're
know
looking
for
for.
sure. One is the Bone Zone. Yep. One is the Bone Zone. What is the other one? God, I can't remember. There's another one. Hopefully I'll remember and I'll tell you about it.
It'll be okay.
But our podcast is The Heart and the Bones.
Yes.
And I'm very proud of that name.
I mean, too. It was kind of collaborated on how
Yes.
the name came about. And
Yes.
I guess, if you've watched Bones, you could kind of relate as to why and where the name came from.
Yeah.
We hold sweet
there-
lands to our heart.
Yes. If you notice, there's a lot of episodes of how they're worded. And maybe I should do some more research into how they named their episodes. But you'll have episodes that are called The Girl with the Curl, The Beginning and the End.
Yes.
And for us, it's about the heart and the bones. Because we're talking about the heart, that's in Bones.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
The show.
it would piss off Bones
Yep.
that we're even saying
Yes.
that there's a
Because-
heart in
yeah.
Bones.
Anatomically impossible
Yes.
for their heart being bones.
Yes.
But yeah, we thought it was kind of clever, but it's kind of a double name. We're talking about the heart in the show, but
Yes.
also the heart in the character of Bones, and she's the central character.
And I mean, the closer we get to a specific episode, we could really give you guys this is really where it kind of came from. This was the biggest inspiration.
Yeah, we'll give that origin story when
when the episode happens.
Yes, when it's not a spoiler indication. Yeah, so that's kind of the format that we're looking for. I don't know, is there anything else that you feel like you need to add?
Not really. I mean, I think that we could wrap it up.
Yeah. Well, if we didn't totally turn you off in the last few minutes of us talking and you're
Yeah.
not already tired of our voices and you made it this far, congratulations. You passed
Round of
go.
applause.
You
clap
get
and a half.
$200. Yeah. And check out next week for our first episode for the Heart and the Bones series. And we'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Next week on The Heart and the Bones.
No gloves.
What if all of our skulls are just being held together with Elmer's glue?
It feels like it. The fumes.
I could
in this
smell
state of
glue in
mind.
my sleep.